Struggling to find the right custom camera and controller settings for you in FC24? Well, look no further. These settings make it so easy for me to score goals in FUT Champions and even pro tournaments. Look, I can literally see every player on the pitch. If you use these settings, you will get way better at FC24. First of all, let's go to settings in the top left corner of the main menu. Now, when we jump into the settings, you'll see a few options here. We've got the settings, profile online settings. We're going to go into settings again. Customize controls. Now this one's pretty simple. I play on classic, which is shoot with circle and cross with square, whereas some of you guys will play shoot with square and cross with circle. That's fine. Game settings. Now this is where we get to the nitty gritty. Preset competitive. I'm a pro player, so I have to play on competitive preset, and yeah, as you can see, it makes you not allowed to use quite a lot of things. For example, contextual agile dribbling is not allowed. Auto clearances, assisted headers, that's a big one. Every single header is aimed manually. It's definitely interesting, but it's probably for the best. Shot assistance assisted. Now this is pretty simple. This is just so that EA helps where your shot goes. Manual, you'll probably shoot it out for a throw in. Precision's actually meant to be very good, but for me, I'm sticking with assisted. It's too risky. Time finishing on, this is simple. If you can green time shots, they will fly into the back of the net. If not, you're going to end up redding it out for a throw. So pick your poison. So, through pass assistance semi, lob through pass semi, ground pass assisted, cross semi. Now, this basically just shows how much AI assistance you're going to get. So, for example, the cross I have on semi. If you have it on assisted, this judges where the ball goes completely, how much power it has on it, and the direction. That's not what you want. You want it on semi, where you can decide the power, and then it will lock your player on. The direction is completely assisted. So, for example, if you have it on assisted and you want to cross to Haaland, the game can be like, no, we're crossing to this guy at the near post. Lob pass assisted, pass receiver lock late. This is important. If you play a pass and then want to change the direction of where you want to play the pass, it will go to the later decision. Not the first one, the last one that you select with the left stick. Precision pass sensitivity normal, that's pretty standard. No one really uses that except me, where you just ping it over the top. Clearance assist and directional. This is really important at pro level. This means that you can press circle and direct where you want to clear it. This means it will loop up very high in the air, and it's very important in the 92nd minute or the 47th minute in added time, when the whistle's up or just about to be blown, you can actually hook it into the air, waste a bit more time, and then cue the referee's whistle. Defending, so we've got tactical defending on. As you can see by the writing, you press B all the time. Sometimes it's shoulders, sometimes it tackles. With advanced defending, it gives you the freedom to choose your tackle type. You can press B to stand tackle or press X to shoulder barge. Now this is very good to use from time to time, but for a casual player, I would definitely recommend tactical. This is so you can always press B, it doesn't make you do anything silly, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Pass block assistance on, auto switching on air and loose balls. Now, you could have this on, you know, just loose balls, but no, this is the issue, right? When someone whips it into the back post to Haaland, you can't switch in time. It's impossible. So you're just going to lose the header. That has to be on air balls and loose balls. Auto switch move assistance high. Everyone else uses low. I use high. I'm not sure why. I think it helps with my pressing. When I run to mark a lane and sort of switch off him, I feel like he just keeps, you know, shimmying in the lane, stays there and jockeys, which is easier to win the ball back. Could be all placebo. Right stick switching on classic, pretty simple. Right stick switching preference player relative. This is important. Some pros had it on ball relative, and do you remember the OG kickoff glitch? This used to bypass ball relative because you couldn't even switch to the centre back. So you just go one-on-one with the keeper, and the opponent can't do anything. Right stick switch sensitivity on 4. This is pretty standard in the pro scene. It's pretty much if you have it on low, wherever you flick your right stick, it could lock anyone on. If you have it on high, it's very accurate to where you're aiming it. 4's about right, just perfect really, so that you can switch the player that you want. Player lock on, that's very important. If you want to use the left stick and right stick, push them in at the same time. That means you can select another player on your team whilst the AI carries the ball. This means you can be available for a pass or a cross, or even cancel it and just keep running. Icon switching off, this can sometimes mess up the player lock, and yeah, just get in the way with all sorts of buttons popping up on the screen. Contextual dribbling, not allowed. It's banned from the pro scene. Orbit dribbling on. Don't really use it too much though, which is the L2 and L1 button where you can shimmy around the ball without touching it. Save assistance doesn't really matter, but assisted, just in case it does help. Analog sprint off. Now this is very important. This means you can actually let go of the controller and then just take a big sprint, because the harder you press R2, the quicker your guy will run. Hard to explain, but if you slightly tap it, he'll run a bit fast. If you hold it, he will run. So yeah, analog sprint off. It's always been like that. Every pro has it like this. Trigger effect and vibration feedback off. They're pretty annoying, but that's that for the controller. Let's get into the camera settings. Now, we're going straight for co-op as our camera angle. This is so you can see every player on the pitch. You can even customize it and put your height on 20, zoom 0. This means you can go even higher up or further out or zoom in a bit and have it exactly how you want by putting the custom camera settings on custom. Me personally, I have it on default. I like the normal co-op camera angle on 1010. As you can see, multiplayer camera, all them, they're on co-op. The only one that matters for FUT, Ultimate Team, is the top one single player. Leave be a keeper camera on pro, because if you're in goal on pro clubs, you don't want to be on co-op looking at everyone on the pitch. You want to be behind the goal. All these don't really do anything. Power shot zoom on. A lot of people have this off. I like seeing the zoom, seeing when someone's about to do a power shot, so I can either go over and mark it or be wary of the cancel. If someone power shot cancels, you might be in a world of trouble. For me, I like when it zooms in. I feel like I can defend a bit better. So yeah. Onto visual. Player name and indicator. Player name. This is perfect. The name of the player on the ball will pop up, not AC RedLac. It will be Neymar or Mbappe. And then player indicator size on default. I've seen people use this on big or whatever it's called, large. It's shocking. It gets in the way. Keep it on default. It's perfect size as it is. Playstyle plus overhead indicators on. I really like this feature as, you know, it can just show. If, for example, if someone plays an over-the-top through ball, you can see if that player has the gold attribute, meaning that it's going to be even better than normal. So that's really good and can make you mark it even better. Hold to skip off. Now, this one's really important. This means loading into a champs game, loading into anything, skipping a replay. All you've got to do is tap X. You don't have to hold it like before. Just tap X and it will disappear. Score clock drop down off. This is an important one. In the middle of the game, things just pop up below the scoreboard. For example, it's Hadji's 29th birthday, or it's, you know, Ronaldo's 27th goal this week. No one cares. Turn that off so it's not in the way. Precision pass visuals on. Not really important because no one uses precision pass apart from me. But if you do use it, it's very important to see where you're aiming. Same with precision shot. No one uses that. But if you do, good to see where you're aiming. Radar 2D, important one. If you have it 3D, I feel like it can be a bit, what's the word, transparent at times. You can see through it. 2D's perfect. Radar color default. Some people, pro level, have this on red and blue. No. I seen a guy playing in a red kit versus a blue kit, and he had blue on his map and red on their map. It's so confusing. Leave it as default. Whatever kit color you have, you'll be on the map. Whatever kit color your opponent has, they'll be on the map. Simple. All these are default. Net tension could be on tighter just because, you know, the better noise from scoring a goal. Scrolling lineup's off. It still does it anyway, but it's nice to get rid of that feature at the bottom of the screen. Connection monitoring, ping, and connection indicators. This is perfect to see what ping you're on. So if you're lagging, you can realise that. Go and tell your mum to stop downloading or whatever. And yeah, it's really good to see what ping you're actually operating at and if you are lagging or not. Input overlay off. This is so you can put a controller on the screen and actually see what you're pressing. Just to make sure EA aren't doing things for you and you're not going mad. Hypermotion insight overlays off. They're annoying. You've got to throw in and it's popping up with loads of arrows and how quick someone's running. Get that off. And yeah, that is literally it for the settings. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on what you want to see next. Have a great rest of your day. Peace. Do you want to play out from the back in FIFA, but your keeper is more like De Gea than Edison? Who should be higher rated in EAFC? Leao or Dembele?
Finesse him. Get out the game, man. 3-0 whitewash. Throw that pad. You're done.